What's going on, baseball fans? How you doing? Tonight we're talking Kirby Yates, George Springer, and Jared Porter. Let's get to it. And what is going on, baseball fans? How you doing tonight? Hello, hello, hello. We got 52 people in the chat right now. Hope everyone is doing good. Seeing a lot of familiar faces. What is going on? Drew Venny, BZ Baseball. Hello. Savage Gamer 34. Hello. Orioles. Yes, I will get to that a little bit later. Philip. Hello. Kyle. Hello. Robert. What is going on? Odd Villain. What is going on? Philip. Hello. How you doing? Travis Jackson, welcome. Savage Gamer, hello, and hello to everyone that I missed. But hope you're all doing good. Hope you all had a good Tuesday. Not too much in the news today. We had a pretty, unfortunately, a not very good story break last night over the now former general manager for the New York Mets, Jared Porter. But we did have a signing today. Yes, we actually had a signing today. Kirby Yates going to the Blue Jays, and they could be on the right track to possibly bringing in a George Springer. We're going to talk about him a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about Andrew Benintendi. We're going to talk a little bit about Yadier, Molina, and Adam Wainwright. So a few things to discuss tonight. Before I get started, let's get this music turned off here. But before I get started, earlier I did repost my video that I posted yesterday, but I had to take it back because I had to fix something in it. But that was, what if Mike Trout was drafted #1 overall? That was a fun one for me to make. So if you got some time later, you're bored, go check that out. That is available to watch. And before I actually dive into the news, if you are new, hit that subscribe button. We are just getting closer and closer and closer to 5,000 subscribers. We are within almost around 250 subscribers now. So if you are looking for more baseball news, you are looking for more baseball content, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button for me, everyone. I want to get this stream out to more people. The more likes, the more likes this stream gets, for some reason, the algorithm loves that. So the more likes, the more chances people get to see it. And go follow me on Twitter. I'm talking baseball there throughout the day. So everyone, let's just get right to it. Unfortunately, last night we had, I'm going to honestly go on the record saying this is, I've said this a few times already, this is probably the worst offseason ever. Maybe, I don't know, unless you count last, I don't know if you count last offseason because, the offseason went pretty smooth. It was when you got into spring training, everything got canceled. So no, that doesn't count. This offseason, I think, is one of the worst of all time. You've had the slowest market. You still got so many of these top free agents out there. Sure, we've had some great trades. We've had a few blockbuster trades. We had one yesterday with Joe Musgrove. If you missed that stream yesterday, go check that out. Really dove into Joe Musgrove and why I think he's one of the more underrated pitchers in this league. But back to this offseason, overall, no one has really enjoyed this offseason. Trevor Bauer's still out there. George Springer's still out there. JT Realmuto is still out there. And now you got this news last night with Jared Porter of the Mets was just hired, and now he has been fired. So let's just get into this. This is not the most fun topic to have to talk about. Let me get the article pulled up here for you. 1 second, everyone. But as of last night, or actually it was as of this morning, where Jared Porter was fired by Steve Cohen. And here is the update. So let's actually go to this morning. Steve Cohen, he was very quick to get onto this today. It was 7 this morning. Mets owner Steve Cohen announced on Twitter. This is why I like Steve Cohen. This guy, he knows what today's baseball world is all about. He hopped right on Twitter and he announced himself. Let's actually pull up this tweet. In case you didn't see it today, he just flat out said, "We have terminated Jared Porter this morning. In my initial press conference, I spoke about the importance of integrity, and I meant it. There should be zero tolerance for this type of behavior." In case you didn't know really what kind of happened with Jared Porter. So he was texting someone in the same field that he worked in, someone in the baseball field. It was a reporter from overseas, an international reporter, sent over 60 text messages in a row, unanswered, and sending some not so fun pictures, pictures that no one really wants to see. I'm not going to dive into those details. This is a horrible, horrible thing to do, where you're sending, explicit graphic, or I don't know, graphic the right word? Yeah, sure, whatever, you can use that word too. Just not good pictures to send, especially to women. This is something where it really bothers me, where you're sending these kind of pictures out there, especially after, it's not even, the picture obviously itself is horrible, but it's the fact that he's sending over 60 text messages unanswered. I'm not sure if anyone needs to hear this. I hope not. But I'm going to tell you this right now. 2 text messages. If you sent one text message, didn't get a response, maybe try one more. And if they don't respond, they're either not interested or they're just very busy. They literally just cannot come to the phone, and they don't have their phone on them, and they can't write back. The fact that you got to 60, holy cow. That is a lot. That's a lot. To me, I have not even ever come close to that. Not even close. I think 2 is the max. Maybe even 1. I don't even know. Because usually, I'm never in those kind of situations anyway. I don't understand how you even get into that position of that many texts. That blows my mind. That's so much. But then obviously, the picture itself, where he's sending I don't even know how to describe this in a PG way. Why do you even say it? But sending pictures of the area that you just don't want to just randomly just see on your phone. I will say this, that's another thing too, where I have just never understood where that comes from. I don't get it. I really don't. And to be honest with you, this is, how do I say this without I don't want to sound bad here, but this is not surprising. This happens a lot. This kind of stuff happens in today's world a lot, and it's horrible. It's horrible. I've had many friends that are girls that have told me about stuff like this. They're like, yeah, I got this picture last night, or yeah, I was talking to this guy and he sent me this picture, and it's like, oh my God, why? What is the reason for this? I have never, ever thought of doing anything like that. Ever. I don't know what it is. I don't get it. I don't get it. I think I'm not having the easiest time talking about this because I don't fully understand, kind of where this behavior comes from. Obviously there is something going on deeply, deep down, where that kind of stuff is happening, where you're sending this many text messages, where you're having to send those kind of pictures. It's not called for. It's awful. Good job on Steve Cohen for, cracking down immediately on this, especially as the new owner of the Mets. You cannot I mean, it doesn't matter if you're new or you've been the owner for how long. You cannot let this kind of stuff happen in your workplace. For those of you that don't know, I'm a teacher, and it's me and only one other man that work at my school. I work with pretty much all women. There's one guy that works at my school. There's a couple of custodians that are guys at my school, but there's me, one other male teacher, and then you got 50 other female teachers. To me, that is just, I don't know, it's the fact that it's such a, you just don't do it. I would never do it. I would never do that. It's horrible. I don't know what to say beyond that. But again, getting back to the text messages, if anyone needs to hear this, two, maybe even one. If they don't respond after the one, I mean, that could be a sign to you to say, move on, my friend, move on, or they're just busy. So never send these lewd kind of pictures ever. It's just crappy. You just don't do it. I mean, I believe everyone in this community has the morals inside of them to never do that kind of stuff, but it's surprising how common this or it's in a way not surprising how common this is in today's world. And it needs to stop. It needs to stop. I don't understand it. But that's pretty much all I have to say on it. But good for Steve Cohen and the Mets. If I were to be a little positive, about Jared Porter, this was 3 years ago, something like that. I do hope he has received, or at least, he's received the help. I hope he's grown from this. Obviously this is humiliating. But it's deserved. You put yourself out there. You're in a high profile position, especially with a big market team. I mean, this type of behavior is just completely not tolerated. You cannot be doing this. So, but yeah, that's all I have to say on that. Let's move on from that. That's not the easiest stuff to have to talk about, but unfortunately, this stuff does happen. And it does happen in today's world. This stuff is never, ever welcome at all. So let's move on here. Let's get to some actual baseball news. Let's get to it here. So moving on, there was a signing today, or at least it was an agreement today. The Blue Jays and Kirby Yates have agreed to a deal. And this, I think, could be a huge move for the Blue Jays. Kirby Yates has been one of the better relievers in the game. Let's pull up some stats here on Kirby Yates. Or let's actually pull up the article real quick. So coming back here. So here we go. So as of 8:36 this morning, I guess I thought I had seen something else. I guess maybe they haven't updated this, but it says here, the Jays are a finalist for Yates, but don't have a deal in place just yet. According to Ken Rosenthal, Heyman further tweets that Yates is leaning towards the Blue Jays, but has yet to formally agree to anything. So if we pull up the tweet from Ken Rosenthal, again, it's a close deal. So that's all we heard as of right now. But he was visiting their spring training complex. A lot of people are thinking this is to take a physical. This is to kind of get himself checked out. And then from there, they're gonna sign a deal. So, and if this ends up happening, and hey, good for the Blue Jays, because you guys have been window shopping this entire offseason. This team needs a closer. Kirby Yates, if he can bounce back to his 2019 form, this guy is one of the better closers in the game, if not the best closer in the game, besides someone like a Liam Hendricks. But let's pull up Kirby Yates on Baseball Savant. This is a guy where he's a different kind of a closer. He's not going to blow you away with velocity. Look at the popularity. The 554% people have been searching for Kirby Yates. This guy is out of his mind, man. Let's move this screen over just a little bit. Look at these numbers. Look at these numbers with Kirby Yates. So in 2019, he basically was right in the top 10% in almost everything, except for velocity and spin rate. But he doesn't beat you with velocity. He doesn't beat you with life on his fastball. He beats you with his off-speed stuff, mainly his splitter. This is a guy where if you go look at his splitter, in 2019, it ranked as one of the best pitches in the game. Look at the movement. About 4 inches of vertical movement on the splitter. That's 4 more inches than the average splitter in the league in 2019. That's very good. And then also with the slider, he does have more of a horizontal kind of movement on that fastball. So look at how much horizontal movement was on his fastball in 2019. So he really just gets you with he relies on location as well. This is a really good pick. This is a really good closer. And if indeed he does end up being the guy for the Blue Jays, if he's healthy, this is someone where he is really going to help out that Blue Jays bullpen. He is a lockdown closer, man. Really lockdown guy. 2020, he had his injury problems. If we go to the stats in 2019, I mean, look at this ERA. A 1.19 ERA. Had 41 saves. That was in the top 5. Oh, we got a super chat. What is going on? Jarvis K with a $1.99 super chat. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much, my friend. Really appreciate that. Where do you think Springer will land? And, that's an interesting question just because of, we'll get to that here in a second because George Springer is actually my next topic. So if you can, just hold on just a moment for me. I'm going to finish up talking about Kirby Yates, and then I'm going to talk about George Springer because that is my next topic. So thank you again for the $2 super chat, my friend. But yeah, Kirby Yates to the Blue Jays. I think this is a great move. If he's healthy, if he can bounce back. I mean, he had his elbow kind of cleaned out a little bit. So hopefully he's good to go. I mean, as a Red Sox fan, this is not a move that I like to see, but hey, as a baseball fan, I think this is a great move for the Blue Jays, getting one of the best closers in the game, again, if he's healthy. So let me know in the chat. What do you think of this move? What do you think? Would you give this a thumbs up for the Blue Jays? What do you think? Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you like this move, or give me a thumbs down, if you think this is not a good move. Whoa, okay, okay. None of that spamming, please. Okay, so let's see. Oh, Jay Disman with the super chat. $1.99. There's another super chat. Thank you so much, Jay. Really appreciate that. Kirby Yates deal, 1 year, 8.25. Oh, did that just break? Well, wow, okay. Oh, actually, no, here. What is this? So this is actually like 2 minutes ago. Per source, Kirby Yates actually has a $5.5 million guarantee. Deal also includes $4.5 in performance bonuses. So that makes sense. So he is 5.5 guaranteed, and then he's going to have some incentives in there as well. So, whoa, what is this? No, I don't believe that. No way. Really? That was 19 minutes ago. Is that fake? Is that I'm seeing BZ Baseball saying it's fake? If this happens live on the show, this would be awesome. All right, so a lot of you are saying that's fake. All right, but let's since we just saw the George Springer, if this is the fake news right here, is it fake? I don't know who that is. Joey Vendetta? Who is that? Interesting. So this was Brendan Kuhn. I mean, he's got a decent amount of followers. Who is this? Who is this? I must dive into this. Who is this kid? Who is this? He literally is getting a haircut. Yes, I broke this news from a barber chair. Is this fake? Stop it. Where is he hitting? Where is he hearing this? Did George Springer actually sign with the Toronto Blue Jays? Who is this? No, no, he doesn't. Brendan. Okay, so he's from Canada. Where are you? This has got to be fake. I mean, this is starting to blow up. Look at look at the likes. They already got to 500 likes. It's gotten retweeted. I mean, but then this guy said the same thing. Where is he? Okay, can we please get back to the guy? So Joey Vendetta hearing same thing. Done pending a physical. If we're gonna stay on this tonight. This could be. Oh, I love this. This is one of my favorite pictures. Sources, dude, trust me. I love that so much. That makes me laugh every time I see it. Oh, we got a super chat. What are we doing here? Jarvis K with another super chat. Thank you so much. $3.99. JBJ or Springer better fit for the Mets? It seems like with the Mets right now, dude, I have been like dead set on George Springer going to the Mets, but I kind of wonder if maybe because Steve Cohen has said that he wants to have flexibility. So right now, if they add Springer, they're going to be right there at the luxury tax line. That would put him like right at around $210 million. So I wonder if they actually maybe go for someone like a Jackie Bradley Jr. I did originally predict the Mets going after JBJ. And then I thought, man, I feel like Springer, just because he has his wife his wife grew up in New York. Springer lives in Connecticut. He said he would like to play closer to his home in Connecticut. So Toronto geographically is farther away. But I don't know. We're going to have to keep an eye out on this. So this could be, again, I don't know. I mean, we got two people here saying this. This definitely could be fake. But we'll have to keep an eye out for this for the rest of this stream. So we'll come back to this here in a second. But since we are talking about George Springer, that is actually the next topic. So this kind of doesn't surprise me. If that is true. That is true. I mean, the Blue Jays are making a push for George Springer. So this is not surprising to hear. The Blue Jays have been window shopping this entire offseason. So let's pull up the article here. Okay, coming back to you now. All right, so as we can see here, the latest on George Springer and the Blue Jays are believed to be making a push to bring free agent outfielder George Springer into the fold. Ben Nicholson-Smith and Shi Davidi of Sportsnet report. Isn't that the guy we just looked at? Did I just see someone named Ben Nicholson, or was that? No, I think I was thinking someone else. Who is the other guy that I just looked? Oh, no, that was Brendan. Never mind. Sorry. But the two sides were expected to reconnect early this week, per the report. In a related note, MLB.com's John Morosi tweeted yesterday that Springer could make a decision by the end of the week. While that's certainly not the most concrete phrasing, it's with the Sportsnet update seems to suggest that Springer's market is heating up with under a month until spring training is set to begin. I'm going to be honest with all of you. I think we could be seeing a flurry of free agent deals in the next couple of weeks, because spring training's coming up. These guys, you have to remember, these guys, they have their own livelihoods. They got to know where they're going to be. This is their job. Like this is their actual job. They're getting paid to do this. So they got to figure out where they're playing. They got to figure out all the logistics. They got to figure out where they're going to be living. They got to figure out all that kind of stuff. So these guys want to get this stuff done. At least I would imagine. That's how I would feel as a free agent. I can understand some of the bigger free agents taking their time a little bit more, but we'll have to wait and see what ends up happening here with George Springer. So that's why when I see something like this, and, and then you're kind of seeing this, again, I don't know where this guy's hearing it. I don't know where he's hearing it. I don't know. I don't know who this guy is. But I don't know. But then this guy, this other guy, who was it again? Joey Vendetta. I don't know. Very interesting. So if this actually ends up being true, then these guys would be the first. These guys would be the first to report Springer, because I don't know anyone else unless there's anything else. Let me search. Is anyone else tweeting about? Well, actually, let me just type it in Twitter. George Springer. Anything else? Nope. Let's go to the latest. I mean, nothing looking concrete, but people are starting to become aware of those tweets. I don't know. This could be happening. A lot of people are starting to catch on to those tweets that went out earlier. It says here, who's this guy? 5 years, 120. Per Dylan's dog. Perfect. Never mind. That guy got me. Okay, here we go. 3 minutes ago. He does not yet have a deal anywhere, but is working on one with the Blue Jays. Not close as of yet. Adam King. Who is this? I don't know. But people are starting to hear something. It's starting to get out there on Twitter. So we're going to keep an eye on this. But, I mean, again, today, the news was today that the Blue Jays are really starting to make a push. And to be honest, it's if they do end up getting George Springer, if they do end up getting him, I mean, I think that's going to be huge. They are going to have to figure out the logistics of their outfield, because they got Grichuk out there. They got Gurriel Jr. They got Teoscar Hernandez. They're going to have to figure out what to do. I would imagine Grichuk would be on the move, or they have him be like a fourth outfielder. But Grichuk is making a decent amount of money. So I would imagine, I don't know, would they want to keep him as a fourth outfielder with that kind of money? So, but yeah, I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye out for this. We'll have to see what's going on with Mr. George Springer. Definitely could be very untrue. I mean, until you hear someone like John Heyman or Ken Rosenthal reporting it, or John Morosi, then you can't really buy into it. Those are the guys you got to look out for. While it's fun to kind of read, these kind of tweets, hold on, let me go back to that tweet again. Where did it go? Here we go. Where did that tweet? I swear, I can never just find something. Twitter, I get so lost on Twitter sometimes. What was that guy's name again? Is it this one? Oh, no, this is the other guy. He reported Kirby Yates. I don't know what happened to that one. Let me go back. Here it is. I mean, this guy's tweet is starting to blow up. So, I mean, again, it definitely could be fake. But I'd like to know where he's hearing it. Let's look at the replies here. But we'll have to wait and see. George Springer maybe could be a Blue Jay. I'm not going to rely on this until we actually hear Ken Rosenthal, John Morosi, John Heyman, Jeff Passan, one of those guys say it. But if it does become true, this guy deserves the credit, because I don't think anyone else tweeted this before him. So we'll have to wait and see. But, all right, moving on to our next topic. Moving on to our next topic of the evening. So, moving on to the National League, we have the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals, they have been connected with these two guys, well, for not just this offseason, but their entire careers, and that is Yadier Molina and Adam Wainwright. So, taking a look, the Cardinals, they have made offers to these two. They have offers on the table, official offers on the table. So, this is interesting to say the least, because let me pull up the article here. One second, everyone. My goodness, everyone. I am just like, I am not with it tonight. What happened? Here we go. Okay, here's the article. All right, so here is the latest on Yadier Molina and Adam Wainwright. So, the Cardinals have made offers to re-sign both Yadier Molina and Adam Wainwright. They've made official offers. So that the team chairman did say this in an interview in their winter warm-up event. So, but the only problem is they're being offered less money than they even made in 2020. So they would be taking a bit of a pay cut. But for Molina, it's not surprising because Molina is probably not going to be, getting as much playing time as he has had in the past. I mean, you got Andrew Kisner there now. Sure, he's going to start getting some. Sure, he's going to start getting some more playing time. But so I would imagine Molina, while he is still one of the best defensive catchers in the game, in my opinion, he's not getting any younger. And the offense has been slightly digressing a little bit. And then for Adam Wainwright, a little surprising on Adam Wainwright because this is a guy, he did really well this past year. And then he did really well in 2019 as well. So Adam Wainwright, they're saying here, I may have to plug in my iPad real quick. 1 second. So, looking at this part of the article real quick, it says here that if the Cardinals aren't willing to hit the $5 million mark, the chances of an Adam Wainwright pitching elsewhere in 2021 is increasing. So, it's going to be interesting to see if these two end up going back to the Cardinals. I don't think it's a surefire thing as of right now. I think a lot of people were thinking this is a surefire thing, but I don't know. Because the Cardinals, they have been this offseason, there's been stuff out there saying where they're really trying to cut back on money. And I'm sure they would love to have these guys back, but at the same time, I think they're also looking at their financial situation as well. So I don't really know what's kind of going on here. I don't know. I could see Adam Wainwright if a team comes out and offers him some money. I mean, I think I heard we've read a little bit here this offseason that Adam Wainwright and the Royals were connected. So could the Royals maybe come at him with a bit of an offer? Hey, we hear the Cardinals, they're only offering you what, $4.5 million? All right, how about maybe come in for $7 million? We'll give you $7 million, something like that. I could see a team maybe doing that with an Adam Wainwright. Adam Wainwright's still pretty good. So, again, he's not going to be like an elite guy, but this is a guy where he's done pretty well in the last couple of years. He made all 31 of his starts in 2019. I mean, he made all of his starts this year. He had a, injury-riddled 2018. But this is a guy, in the last couple of seasons, if we take a look here, 3.91 ERA, about 8 strikeouts per 9. Keeps the home runs down. 4.29 FIP. I mean, Adam Wainwright, this is a guy where you could put him at the back end of your rotation. He's like a 4 in your rotation. And if he's healthy, he could be pretty good. So we're going to have to keep an eye out for this. And as for Yadier Molina, again, getting back to him, he has been digressing a little bit. So if we take a look at the baseball reference stats, I mean, looking at the OPS, you know, the OPS has been digressing slightly every single year. 787 in 2016, 751, 750, stayed around the same, but then 711 in 2019. Short season this year, 662. If we actually go to Yadier Molina on Baseball Savant, so if we take a look at the advanced numbers, I mean, as we all know, he has been digressing a little bit. So I'm starting to see some of you saying in the chat that it looks like George Springer could be going to the Blue Jays. As soon as I'm done with this, we'll go talk about it. And we'll go look for an update. But Yadier Molina, as you can see, the offense is not really going to be what you're getting with Yadier Molina. You're going to be getting premier catching. That's what he's for. He handles pitching staffs really well. He's still very good defensively. He's still one of the better framers in the game. So if you take a look, do we have stats on his defense? So the outs above average, or no, I think they do something different with catchers on here. Here we go. Pop times. So his everything still looks pretty good when it comes to the arm. I mean, they don't have anything for 2020, but the arm has pretty much been the same. If you take a look at the, I'm guessing this is the velocity. I'm guessing, but he's still been pretty good there. The caught stealing, it went down a little bit in 2019, but still not bad by any means. So, you know, stolen bases we're still doing pretty good. But yeah, I mean, Yadier Molina, with him, you're still getting one of the premier catchers at the position. So Yadier Molina, I think for the Cardinals, I think it would be good to get him back. But, you know, because I think it would be good for him and, you know, especially Kisner. He's their catcher of the future as of right now. So if Molina can be brought back, you can kind of have them both share playing time. And I think that would be good for Kisner to kind of ease more into the position a little bit. And Yadier Molina, what better of a mentor than Yadier Molina? So, already, are we starting to see some stuff on George Springer? Here we go. Let's come back. Alrighty, so let's get to the Twitters. So I'm seeing, here we go. Aha. Okay. So here we go. Thank you for Tino that just tagged me in that. Let's share the screen. Here we go. So reported with Shi Davidi last night that the Blue Jays were making a push for Springer. We talked about that earlier. Since then, I've heard from a source who described Springer as impressed with Jays. Where that leads, we will see. We'll update once there is more to share. So let's actually come in here real quick. Let's see if there's anything else. I swear I cannot type. All right, so this guy's tweet is still blowing up. He's almost to 1,000 likes now on this tweet. Hey, everyone, this is a good follow right here, Stanzo. Go follow this guy. He's pretty funny. He's also considering having cereal for breakfast tomorrow. I'm gonna hit that a like right there. Here we go. Bob Nightingale. So Blue Jays are still remain hopeful of landing George Springer. The Mets are the other finalists. We've been hearing that for a while now. We've been hearing that it's the Mets and it's the Blue Jays. This is literally us right now. This is literally us. Jim is tweeting out from Ballcap Sports. So he's hearing it's heating up. Could George Springer be going to Toronto? I will say this. Don't waste your time waiting for it to be confirmed. It's legit. Enjoy it. The Blue Jays are getting George Springer. Celebrate. Interesting. It's a fake Jeff Passan account. Watch out for these fake accounts. John Heyman. What is John Heyman saying? Oh, here it is. Oh, 1 minute ago. Jays continue to be aggressive. Who just told me that? Kevin McVicar, thank you for that. Oh, Alex S, thank you. Oh, a lot of you were saying it. That's my bad. Yeah, Brendan. Yeah, Ernie, I was just reading that one. A lot of people in here were saying it was fake. But I was just saying, like, I mean, I don't know. It's to kind of put yourself out there like that. Like, that's, I don't know. Jays continue to be aggressive and are still hoping to land Springer. Word is he is expected to decide this week. Okay, who is the other one reporting it? Passan? Passan hasn't tweeted anything. So I don't know. So I'll go back here, taking a look. We're on George Springer watch. If you are just joining us, there's stuff heating up that George Springer and the Blue Jays, they are, according to some reports, that they are in agreement pending a physical. Joey Venditti. Let's look up. That's who we looked up earlier, right? Or Joey Vendetta. Yeah, this is what we looked up earlier. So this guy, he said, done deal. Hearing the same thing. Going back here. This is I think the original tweet. So he said, this dude said this while getting a haircut. This guy was getting a haircut and he tweeted it out. That's a man right there. Don't believe anything unless it's Passan, Ken, or Morosi. Granted, it's only a matter of time before the Blue Jays sign Springer anyways. Very interesting. Very interesting. And I was getting back to this earlier, and we were talking about Jared Porter earlier with the Mets. I wonder if that, I wonder if the Mets maybe weren't going so crazy with the money with Springer. Maybe the Blue Jays are simply offering more. I wonder what the deal would be. So I was seeing, what was the offer that someone posted out there? Like 125 over 6? No, that would be too cheap. I could maybe see like a 120 over 5 or something like that. That would be like 25 or like 20. Hold on, 120. So like maybe I could see like 24, 25, maybe 26 for a Springer. I think that could probably get a deal done. I wonder if that's what it's going to end up being. Because with the Mets, if they do, let's actually pull up here the Mets payroll. Looking at the payroll for the Mets. So as of right now, they're at $186 million. $186 million. So, and the mark for the luxury tax is 210. So I cannot math. 186. So they only have 24 million in space. So that makes me think, unless the Mets trade someone away, I think it's going to be the Blue Jays. Because I was thinking it was going to be the Mets, because I think they would maybe find a way to make it work. Because Springer really would be a huge upgrade in that lineup for them, and he would be a huge upgrade defensively. But now I think, especially with this, who knows if this is completely real? But I mean, it's starting to blow up. I mean, I don't know. I think this is I'm starting to believe this. I know you can't really fully believe anything until the top guys tweet it out. I'm sure they're completely working their phones right now, trying to get any information they can. But I think, I don't know. I mean, this seems pretty legit, if you ask me. I don't know, man. This is, I mean, why would he just tweet this? I mean, I guess anyone could tweet anything, but then again, someone else is hearing the same thing, and these guys are from Toronto. They're from I didn't even notice this. He's a writer for the Jays Nation. So he actually, okay. So he wrote earlier. Look at this Photoshop. Horrible. Oh, this is the best Photoshop ever. Look at that. Apparently the Blue Jays and Springer have a deal. So he wrote this earlier on Blue Jays Nation. So, again, this is according to Brendan Kuhn. Not really much. Okay, so it says here, I mean, again, you don't know how really accurate this is. According to a source within the Blue Jays organization, the team has signed George Springer. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to see if I don't know what else could be. I don't think anyone else is tweeting anything. I mean, I don't know. This is again, if this is true, then Springer on the Blue Jays is nasty. If that lineup would be awesome. If we go take a look at the Blue Jays, if you put George Springer in that lineup, taking a look here. So looking at what their lineup could look like, look at the lineup already as it is. You got some really good bats in this lineup. So again, I think someone like a LeMahieu would have been a better fit. I mean, they could still add an infielder if they bring in Springer, but I think the guy they're gonna have to part with is Grichuk. I would imagine, because unless could you get a good haul for someone? Do you really want to get rid of a Gurriel Jr.? I mean, I don't think so. He has a nice contract. Teoscar Hernandez, he's coming off of a good year. Do you get rid of him? I think Grichuk is the guy you get rid of. I think he's the guy. I think you would have to part with a Grichuk. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe just ship him off for like a bullpen arm or something. So, or Zachary for a first baseman, that could be good too. I mean, for first base, you could just put Rowdy Tellez there. Maybe they definitely could, or they you could get a first baseman and then you can move over Vlad back to third. So, I mean, there's a lot of there's still some things. The Blue Jays have a need in their infield. They have a need, especially at the corners. But yeah, with the outfield, I would think Grichuk is going to be the odd man out, I would think. So yeah, Grichuk historically has issues versus righties. Yeah, but I don't see if you bring in Springer, where are you? I mean, I would imagine you're going to keep Hernandez and Gurriel Jr. How much is Hernandez making? He's on pretty cheap, isn't he? Yeah, 4.3. He's got oh my God, he's under control for another 3 years. Yeah, Grichuk is the guy. Unless you put together, unless you do a trade for Hernandez and you put Springer and Wright. And I mean, with a Hernandez, you could get a solid haul. Like a Hernandez or a Gurriel Jr. You could get a solid haul for one of those guys. You can maybe get a starting pitcher back. I don't know. Could you? What do you guys think? Tell me who do you think should be the odd man out? Tell me in the chat if the Blue Jays, if this is true, tell me in the chat, who do you think would be the odd man out in Toronto? Who do you think? Tell me in the chat. Larry, you think Gurriel? Aksher, what is going on, my friend? Tell me in the chat, who would be the odd man out if Springer is indeed going to be a Blue Jay? I see 2 for Grichuk. I mean, Larry, you're all right about that. Gurriel could bring in something. Grichuk and Wright. Hernandez to DH. Yeah, they could do the DH. Yeah, that's true too. You could do that. But then what do you do with Rowdy Tellez? So let's look here. Orioles, just say it once. Just say it once. Here we go. Taking a look. So yeah, as of right now, they have Kirk in the DH spot. So I don't know. This it's interesting. It's kind of interesting to see what they would do. I think the easy thing here is thinking Grichuk. But would you be able to get anything back for him? I think if you did offer up a Hernandez or a Gurriel Jr., which I think is that's so crazy saying because they have really good contracts and they're really good. But you could maybe get a starting pitcher for one of those guys. I don't know, a team maybe needing some offense. I don't know. Maybe like a Sonny Gray. Maybe you could do like Gurriel Jr. for Sonny Gray. Or Teoscar Hernandez for a Sonny Gray. I don't know. Let's go to baseball trade values. Let's look at some possibilities. I do think you would have to. I mean, they could you could use the DH spot, but then Kirk, he's going to lose playing time. Someone I think is going to have to get traded. Someone is going to have to get traded. I don't know who that guy would be. Yeah, Gurriel Jr., that's hard for me to say that he would get traded because, he's so young still. He's got a really nice contract. But if you take a look right now, so Gurriel Jr., he has a decent value. He could get you like a Sonny Gray. Kirk could get traded too. I mean, that's possible. And then you could have one of those outfielders go to the DH spot. Let's actually take a look. I can't fully remember their defensive stats. I feel like Grichuk is pretty good defensively. I can't fully remember. Leaders, batting, fielding, team. Okay, so if we go look at the Blue Jays. All right, so taking a look. So their best defensive players. So Jansen's definitely their best. I'm going to the outfielders. All right, so Grichuk. Oh, wow, Grichuk actually hasn't been very good in center at all. So Springer's definitely an upgrade over Grichuk. So you could move Grichuk maybe to left. I don't know. Gurriel Jr. hasn't been very good out in left either. They did not have a very good defensive outfield. UZR 0.4 for Hernandez. Oh, okay, I guess they're okay. They're okay. So they're not bad, but they're not great. Grichuk, yeah, I mean, seeing Grichuk here, how's he done defensively over the past few years? Taking a look at Grichuk. Advanced. It's been a couple of over the last few years of the Blue Jays, he hasn't been very good defensively. He was very good defensively with the Cardinals. But over the last few years of the Blue Jays, he has not been very good. I wonder if is that the turf? I don't know, man. He was good with the Cardinals. What happened? But with the Blue Jays, not very good. So, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of different things the Blue Jays could do. You could trade a Grichuk. He's not going to have as much value. Grichuk, I think, has a negative value. So, I don't know. Would you be able to get rid of him? He actually has the worst value on this team, according to baseball trade values. Negative 12.6. So, I don't know. Grichuk is probably going to be hard to deal because he has how much is he getting paid? Forget how much he's getting paid. Going to payroll. I think he's getting paid like what, $10 million per year? Yeah, $10 million per year, 10.3 over the next 3 years. It might be kind of hard to get rid of unless you eat some of that contract. What is the Blue Jays? Wow, Blue Jays have a payroll under 100. Wow, that's crazy. I think Grichuk actually might be kind of hard to get rid of. That's not a very good contract. I mean, for him. If he was good, that would be a good contract. But he hasn't been very good. Grichuk over the last few years, well, we just saw the defensive stats. Not great. The on-base has not been good. That's a bad contract. Not a good contract for a Grichuk. So I think if they were to clear an outfield spot, I mean, again, like maybe you move a Gurriel to DH, or Hernandez to DH, something like that. But Grichuk, you need to get him out of there. You need to get him out of center field. You need to put Springer in there. I think Springer would be a good upgrade. And then, but yeah, so you got, but if you were to consider a Gurriel Jr., a good value for him. If you looked at Hernandez, good value for him. I don't know. Do you just, I don't know. I'm thinking right now, I don't know if the Reds would do this. If you did, let's just say, Let's just say Teoscar Hernandez, just for fun. Let's just say Teoscar Hernandez for fun. And then you go to the Reds. And then you got Sonny Gray right there. I don't know. That could be something. I mean, could the Blue Jays go after a Sonny Gray? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you could do a Sonny Gray and a Suarez. Could you imagine? Could you imagine these two going to Toronto? They could put a third baseman. Suarez and a Sonny Gray to the Reds. Jeff Passan, a chair, just reported it. Here we go. Let's go look at Mr. Jet Passan. No, he didn't. You got me. You got me. Let's take a look real quick. Let's see if there's any. Here we go. Any updates? So this is what Buster Olney tweeted out today. Here we go. He would have Springer leading off. So he would have a D. Wow. So yeah, he has Grichuk not even here. But let's just go back to this. I mean, could you maybe get these two from the Reds? A Gray and a Suarez? I mean, could you? Maybe Hernandez and like a prospect? Maybe like a Woods Richardson? Or maybe a Kirk? Something like that? I don't know. Maybe you could do something like this. Would you guys do this? A Gray and a Suarez for a Teoscar Hernandez and a couple of pitching prospects? Would you guys do that? I don't know. That might be a little much. I don't know if this would be a good deal or not. Tell me yeah, share. Stop it, please. No spamming, please. Yeah, this might be, instead of Kirk, I would do Jansen. I like Jansen. I do like Jansen. I like the defense. Really, Michael? I don't think this is a bad trade at all. If the Reds are going to get rid of payroll, I think this would actually be pretty good. I mean, maybe not Hernandez. Maybe instead of Hernandez, you could do. Let's just say you did Garrial. I don't know. I think there could be a deal made between the Blue Jays and the Reds. If the Reds are really serious about cutting payroll, I think this could be pretty decent. A Gray and a Suarez, that lineup would be nasty. Tell me that lineup would not be nasty. Or could the Blue Jays go get a Luis Castillo? Like, just saw that in the chat. Anthony Ranger. Could you do a Luis Castillo? That would be nasty. Let's do Luis Castillo. Let's do a fun trade. I mean, go get a Mike Moustakas. Kind of lighten the blow here. Let's take out Suarez. Let's take out Gray. I don't know if they would. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Castillo. Not really sure what's going on with him. You don't have to trade him. That's the thing. But could you make a deal? If you're the Blue Jays, it would take a haul of prospects. I mean, let's just say you put Teoscar there. I don't know. You could get it done. You definitely could get this done. You're throwing a Moreno. I mean, you're still pretty far away, but I think if you're the Blue Jays, you could go get yourself a Luis Castillo. You could go get yourself a Luis Castillo. So, I don't know. The Blue Jays, very interesting. Very interesting. I mean, I don't know. There's not really anything breaking as of right now. There's not really anything breaking. I mean, this one guy tweeted. I mean, you're hearing Heyman saying they're being aggressive. You're hearing Nicholson saying they're making that push, that Springer was impressed. I don't know, but this is the guy. This is the tweet. This is the tweet that right now is getting all the buzz. Blue Jays, George Springer in agreement pending a physical. I'm kind of just, in a way, I'm kind of trying to stall because I'm seeing if this could break live on this show. That would be awesome. But let's come back to this. So I got one more story. Let's take a break from Benintendi. Let's go talk about Andrew Benintendi. Let's take a break from George Springer for a second. Let's talk about Mr. Benintendi. There was a lot of rumblings last week. With Andrew Benintendi saying that he could be on the move. And we haven't really heard anything since. There's been very quiet on the Andrew Benintendi front. So let's go pull up the article. All right, sharing the screen. All right, so the latest on Benintendi was right now, it's looking like the Red Sox, they have asked for at least one team for a younger corner outfielder along with a minor league pitcher, not necessarily on the 40-man roster. Benintendi has drawn interest from several teams. The Phillies and the Reds have not been involved. The Rangers are also not in the mix, according to Bradford. So you can count the Phillies out. You can count the Reds out. You can count the Rangers out. You can definitely count those guys out. So I'm trying to think of who some teams could be that have a young corner outfielder. I don't know. I mean, I'm going. My mind right now is so on George Springer to the point where I'm like, I don't know, like even what to think right now. But if we go look at some teams, I'm trying to think, who are some guys? I'm so blank on this right now. I'm trying to think. The Astros don't have anyone. The Athletics? No. I don't think the A's do. I'm trying to think of who a young corner outfielder could be. Like a Dominic Smith, but why would they do that? The Mets wouldn't. They wouldn't do that. I'm trying to think of who could even be someone. Maybe someone on the Tigers? I don't even know. Any ideas in the chat? Any ideas? Ooh, Orioles, Seth Beer, maybe? Could be interesting. But, like, who could a young corner outfielder be? Maybe a Jacoby Jones? He's more of a center fielder, isn't he? Let me look at, what was another team? The Twins, maybe? No. Let's go to the Diamondbacks. Okay. So I saw Seth Beer. Does Beer play a corner outfield spot? Oh yeah, okay, yeah, he does. I was thinking he was a first baseman. But yeah, he can do both. I don't know, maybe could you see like maybe a swap like this? I don't know. There's a lot of interesting things. Yeah, Clint Frazier. I mean, I wouldn't mind a Clint Frazier. A Zach Veen. I would love to have Zach Veen in the system. Yeah, JH Sports, Joe Adele. Oh, I would love that. I would love that. Yeah, Seth Beer. Hey, that's a good one, Orioles. I mean, that could be possible. Seth Beer right now. Not really too much going on with him. Let's go to the stats. Come on. Baseball Reference, you guys kill me sometimes. Okay, so has he even played in the... Oh, he hasn't even played in the majors yet. Or has he? Oh, yeah, no, yeah, he has not reached the major leagues yet. I'm thinking for some reason he's reached the major leagues. I think I just need to go to bed. I'm tired. I am tired today, guys. But I would love Mike Trout. Would love Mike Trout. So that would be kind of nice. But, yeah, I don't know. Very interesting. I don't. It's kind of weird with Benintendi because the Red Sox don't necessarily need to trade him. I would think right now, if you're going to get a Benintendi, yeah, Brandon Marsh, but I mean, he's definitely more valuable than a Brandon. Brandon Marsh is definitely more valuable than Benintendi. So Yeah, Beer had some good stats in college. If we go look at him real quick, he had some good numbers. In Clemson, I mean, goodness, his OPS was off the charts. Very off the charts. I remember talking about Seth Beer in my top prospects videos that I made a while back, like 6 months ago. Niwan Sigdron, who are you talking about? Are you talking about Seth Beer? I'm not sure who you're talking. I think you're talking about Seth Beer, right? Niwahand? I don't know. But yeah, Seth Beer, man. I remember looking him up a while ago. I had him on my prospects, my first base list of top minor leaguers at each position, or top prospects at each position, and Seth Beer was there. So I don't know. That could maybe be a pretty good fit. Do the Diamondbacks do this? I mean, honestly, I mean, would they do this? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But everyone, let's go take a look. I think right now, the big news, but that is pretty much all there is right now on Benintendi. I mean, it seems like talks have completely stalled. Not really sure what's going on with that, but we'll have to just keep an eye on this throughout the week. Who knows? Anything could drop at any moment. And that's what we're looking for right now with George Springer. We're looking for some kind of an update. Because I'll tell you, I hate doing these streams, and then when I get off of the stream, all of a sudden the news breaks. So I'm tired of that happening. Andrew Stevenson could be pretty good too. I wouldn't mind Andrew Stevenson. He had a pretty good year, or pretty good end of the year last year. So again, the latest that we have from at least some of the big guys in baseball, John Heyman, 27 minutes ago, still hoping to land Springer. Again, this is like the tweet that's getting the attention right now. Blue Jays and Springer in agreement, pending a physical. There's a lot of comments on this right now. This guy said wrong. This guy said prove it. What are people saying to him? Look at this Photoshop. That's a pretty decent Photoshop. Look at Springer in that Blue Jays uniform. That's a pretty good Photoshop right there. Pretty good. Not really seeing it. Oh, are we lagging? Niwahan, no spamming, please. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Again, there's like no... I hate that we're getting this tweet and then there's like no other big names out there that are tweeting about it except like that they're still hopeful. There's like no one tweeting about this. A few local writers are now confirming Springer to the Blue Jays. I think this could be it. I think this is... Look at the Iron Sheik. The Iron Sheik himself has tweeted out, if you're a wrestling fan, you gotta love this. This is, I've been a wrestling fan for a long time, and the Iron Sheik tweeting this out it's literally making my day. This is so funny. Oh, the Iron Sheik, the George Springer, come to one of my favorite cities, the Toronto, Bubba. That is hilarious. That's so funny. Okay, the fact that Iron Sheik is tweeting about this has to be official. It has to be official. Come on, if the Iron Sheik is tweeting about this has got to be done. I'm retweeting this. This is so funny. That is hilarious. But Dan Clark, he's got a blue check mark over here. Content creators, sport 37.7 thousand followers. I mean, I don't know, everyone. I think this is looking pretty official, if you ask me. The local Toronto people are saying that it's done. I'm just saying, I don't think these people in Toronto would do this. I don't think they would make themselves look silly. CFMC, I really don't want to start up another stream if that's what we're gonna have to do. I'd rather just stay here. We got 200 people in the chat right now. Hope you're having a good day today. We're on George Springer watch. We're waiting to see if this drops. I mean, again, I think we do need some confirmation from one of the big guys. Rosenthal, Passan, Heyman, Morosi. You got to get one of these guys to tweet about it. Springer is trending. Springer is trending. This guy set off a bomb. This guy better get the credit. If this ends up being true, this is the guy that deserves the credit. Because we were here right when this guy tweeted. Like, I think he tweeted like 10 minutes like before I saw it. Or 15 minutes before I saw it. Something like that. This guy deserves the credit. So, Alex Silva, did he just tweet or was that from... Oh, he did. Here we go. Oh, thank you for that. 13 seconds ago. There's a sense that the Jays are gaining some momentum in George Springer talks. At least the Mets thought still in, but Toronto seems to be making a move. Decision isn't too far off. Belief is price could even top $125 million. This is looking juicy, everyone. This is looking juicy. Real quick, I'm gonna update this real quick. I'm gonna update the title so we can get some more people. Trying to get some more people in the chat for George Springer watch. One second, everyone. There we go. Alrighty. If you update the stream, the title should be updated. George Springer signing with the Blue Jays. Kirby Yates to Blue Jays. Mets fire Jared Porter. So new title is official. Here we go. I mean, again, we're not seeing it. This is the latest that we're seeing. John Heyman. There's a sense the Jays are gaining some momentum in George Springer talks. They're gaining some momentum. One second, everyone. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to tweet out our stream, see if we can get some people in here. Let's see here. We're on George Springer watch, everyone. One of the top free agents. Here we go. One second, everyone. I'm going to send out a quick tweet. All righty. There we go. Okay, let's come back to the screen here. Alrighty, I'm seeing 190 people in the chat. What is going on, everyone? I'm really hoping this breaks. I'm hoping one of these big guys breaks it. I mean, we're seeing right now, it's nothing official as of right now. Oh, thank you, Andrew Lee. Really appreciate that, my friend. If you guys can, tweet out the link. Tweet out the link. That way we can get some more people in here. If we can get a big crowd in here for this would be cool. Finally, like a big free agent, man. Finally. Hello, Aiden. Are you in the chat right now? Hello. Alrighty, I'm still nothing updating. Whoa, we got a super chat. What is going on? Jay Disman, what's up, my friend? $4.99. Everyone drop a like. Really appreciate that, my friend. Really appreciate that. If you can, hit that like button. We're up to 91 likes. If we can get to 100 likes, that would be awesome. We are, as of right now, it looks like we are within 250 subscribers of 5,000. If you guys can help us get to 5,000, that would be awesome. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Share the stream. We're on George Springer watch. I don't know. But Springer, if we go take a look one more time, I think Springer would be huge for that lineup. That would make the Blue Jays very good. Let's go take a look at the Blue Jays. Look at their offense from last season. Let's take a look at where they ranked. Made the playoffs last year in the COVID playoffs. But let's take a look at how they ranked. The Blue Jays, overall, were a pretty decent offensive team. One thing that held the Blue Jays back was their defense. The Blue Jays were 11th in offense last year. They were very good. In the American League, taking just a look at the American League, the Blue Jays, they were 10th overall when you factor in offense and defense. But the Blue Jays were 5th in the American League in offense and offensive runs above average. The defense is what really held them back. Really held them back last year. In the American League, they only ranked 11th. So Springer will definitely upgrade that defense for them. So let's actually go take a look at Mr. George Springer. Springer was one of their best players last year. Probably their best player last year. Bregman had a down year in a short season. But Springer is on their mind. I was going to say, I thought I saw my birthday there. That's how tired I am right now. I thought these 9s were upside down 6s. Goodness gracious, I'm losing my mind. But looking at Springer, let's go to the fielding. Springer has been very decent in the field the last few years. If we take a look, very good in the outfield last year. Very good. The UZR was a little down, but that's a short season. You can't really gauge that off of a 60-game season. But if you take a look, in center field the last couple of years, he saved 13 runs defensively. He has a UZR in the 3s in the last couple of years. He's really going to improve their defense. So if we go take a look at Springer, on Baseball Savant. I don't think I've looked up George Springer on Baseball Savant. But Springer last year, if you go take a look at the advanced metrics, this guy was popping off, man. Exit velocity in the middle of the league, but he ranked very high in hard hit percentage, ranked very high in xWOBA, X batting average, X slugging, barrel percentage, didn't strike out very much, walked a good amount, didn't swing and miss a lot, good speed. He ranks very well in sprint speed, top 20% in sprint speed. Outs above average, ranked very well, about top 30% in the league. Outfield jump, top 40% in the league. George Springer is still a very good player, and this is why you're going to see him get a good payday. And he would be huge. Very good on base last year, good OPS. Batting average, you would like to see maybe a little higher, but that's okay. He was hitting the ball well. Overall, this guy is ranked really well in stats in the last few years. Yes, I know they had the trash cans, but he had a good year last year. Bregman really digressed last year. Altuve really digressed last year, but Springer, for the most part, still did really good. So in 2019, he hit sliders really well, and he hit fastballs really well. So, and then in 2020, he kind of hit a lot of different pitches well. He hit well against cutters. He hit well against curveballs, sliders, fastballs he still hit well against. So Springer is still one of the premier bats in the game. This is going to be huge for that Blue Jays lineup. And that Blue Jays lineup with a Springer in it is going to be massive. That's going to be huge, man. Springer is a game changer for Toronto. So, but yeah, Springer, man, Toronto. But Toronto, the thing with Toronto is they need pitching. They need pitching. If you go take a look at the pitching, did not rank very well They weren't bad, but they weren't great. They were 17th in the major leagues last year. 4.63 ERA, 4.73 FIP, 4.72 xFIP. That's why I think if you could go get a Sonny Gray or someone like that, could you imagine if they got Sonny Gray and Eugenio Suarez? That lineup would be nasty. That American League is up for grabs. Up for grabs. The Rays, they took a step back, trading away Blake Snell. The Yankees, they did get Kluber. They got LeMahieu back, but, you know, Francisco Lindor, he's in the National League now, so the Indians, I don't know how good the Indians are going to be. My Red Sox are garbage. Chaim Bloom doesn't want to spend anything above $5 million, so who knows how good we're going to be. Probably not that great. I completely left out the White Sox. The White Sox are looking very good. They have had a very busy, very productive offseason. The Blue Jays could easily get into this. If they can get a starting pitcher, that's why I thought Joe Musgrove would have been really good for them. I think he would have been a great pickup. You could still go get a Kyle Hendricks. I mean, why not? You could go get Kyle Hendricks. You could go get Sonny Gray. I mean, shoot, maybe go for broke and go Luis Castillo. I mean, come on. Here we go. Let's get back to the rumors. Oh, we got some notifications. Aiden, been sub since the beginning. Before the Betts trade. That's awesome, man. Hey, Aiden, I appreciate the support, my friend. Yo, this retweet is so funny. I love this tweet. Dude, that makes me laugh so much, man. The Iron Sheik. That's hilarious. If George Springer doesn't go to Toronto after all this, after Iron Sheik tweeted this, that would be so sad. How sad would that be? That would be the most heartbreaking thing. You're gonna make the Iron Sheik cry, George Springer. Don't do this to the Iron Sheik. Man. All right. We're on George Springer watch. There we go. There's a sense Jays are getting, so same thing. Again, nothing. No one else is tweeting about this. Dan Clark, 34 minutes ago. A few local writers, that's what we read earlier. Yeah, this is pretty funny. The Blue Jays and Mets have decided to share George Springer. All right, cool. I can see that. Toronto can have him for the weekends. Mets can have him during the week. All right. I like that. That's decent. Oh, my God. These are so funny. Dude. Oh, my God, dude. This is why I really like Twitter sometimes, man. This is so funny. Oh, my God. Dude, Twitter is hilarious. Twitter can be such a pain sometimes. And when you see stuff like that, that makes me laugh. Anything else? Rosenthal, Andrew Lee, did that just happen? Or are you just saying, or do you just want that to happen? Not seeing anything on that. Is it on Twitter? Nope. Where is Andrew? Is that something you just want to happen? Goodness. Oh, you want it to happen. I was about to say that'd be huge for the Padres if they got Rosenthal back. Yeah, everyone, if we can, we gotta limit these. We gotta limit the spamming here. JD Peace, man. If this happens to the Blue Jays, this is gonna be nuts. I don't know. I'm not like I feel like we might not hear something official until the morning. I mean, I don't know. You could still hear something. George Springer, any news? I don't know. But overall, if you sign George Springer, it's not gonna make you like the pick for the American League. It's not going to make you the pick for the American League. They need pitching. Kirby Yates is good for the bullpen, but they need starting pitching. They need a starting pitcher. If you go look at the Blue Jays rotation, George Springer is not going to solve all their problems. That lineup would be nasty. Their defense out there is going to be better, but they need pitching. They need another guy for this rotation. Hyun-Jin Ryu's nice, but Nate Pearson, I mean, he's got a ton of potential. Roark, he didn't really have a good year last year. I'm not sure what the heck happened with him. Thornton wasn't good at all last year. He had an injury last year. Robbie Ray, he was a mess last year. They need another starting pitcher. I'm not sure who that guy is, but I think they need someone. I think Kyle Hendricks would be awesome if you could get him. Isn't Kyle Hendricks from Toronto? Where is he from? No, he's from California. Never mind. So, where was I? Here we go. So, I don't know. You could go a lot of different ways. Like I said, you could go to the Blue Jays. Maybe try and see if you can do something for a Sonny Gray. Heck, maybe even do something for a Luis Castillo. That would be nasty if they got him. I'm trying to think who are some other guys. Top of my head, I don't know. Do the Phillies, do they still want to maybe try and get rid of that Zach Wheeler contract? I don't know if the Blue Jays would want to take that. Pirates, could you go after a Jamison Taillon? I think Jamison Taillon, I think if there's a chance for him to get traded, it's more at the trade deadline. I think teams probably want to see how he's doing. I don't know. I think right now you're looking at the Reds at a Sonny Gray or a Castillo. You're looking at the Cubs. Don't think the Blue Jays. Don't think the Braves. Athletics. I don't know. The Astros. Could you go get Zach Greinke from the Astros? That'd be nasty. I don't know. Could you go get another? The Indians seem to be okay with getting rid of starting pitchers. Could you go get someone from there? Padres are trading for starting pitchers, so you're not going to get anyone from there. I don't know. I mean, then you can go to free agency too. And then some free agents you could look at. Starting pitchers, some good fits for Toronto. I mean, you still got Trevor Bauer out there. Could you get a Trevor Bauer? That would be nasty. If you got Trevor Bauer in Toronto, like, holy crap, that would be really cool. I mean, you got Odorizzi. I mean, I don't know if you can get Tanaka. I think Paxton would still be a good fit. He's from Canada. Jose Quintana, I could maybe see going there. He can eat some innings up for you. A Porcello, maybe? I don't know about Porcello. I don't think Wainwright would go there. Lester's already off the board. I don't know. I could see. I think don't count the Blue Jays out for a Trevor Bauer. I mean, don't count them out. Their payroll is not that big. It's still under $100 million. Jake Odorizzi, I could see. I don't know. I think if you got Bauer, that'd be insane. If you got Trevor Bauer in Toronto, that team's no joke. Like, that team would be no joke. That would be awesome. If you got Trevor Bauer, you'd have Trevor Bauer, Hyun-Jin Ryu. I mean, Tanner Roark, Trent Thornton. I think the Blue Jays, I think they need a couple of starters. They're like, I like Robbie Ray, but this guy's a mess, man. With the Blue Jays last year, how did he do? He did better with Toronto. But I think the walks were still pretty high, right? I cannot type on this keyboard. I got to get a new keyboard. All right. So here we go. Looking at Toronto, the walks were still pretty high. They did get the walks down. So I wonder if the Blue Jays feel like they can work with Robbie Ray and they can get him back to being like that 2018, 2017 Robbie Ray, where he finished 7th in Cy Young. I mean, if the Blue Jays think they can get him back to 2017, to what he was then, or at least something close, then that would be huge. That would be absolutely huge if they can do something. So where did that depth chart go? So again, but that's a big if. I don't know. The guy walks so many guys. He gets a ton of strikeouts, but I don't know. Trevor Bauer would be nasty. Trevor Bauer, I think recently, I think there was something with him in the Blue Jays. He did make a video like a month ago saying like Blue Jays fans didn't want him or something like that. What is this? Trevor Bauer revealing talks with Blue Jays prove his free agency isn't going well. I don't know. What was the tweet? There was I don't remember what I read. I feel like I read something on like MLB trade rumors or something. But Bauer dropped his latest social media post over the weekend and tangibly attached himself to the Blue Jays. The pursuit of upper-tier talent got that much more interesting for Toronto general manager Ross Atkins. I mean, they're very aggressive. I wouldn't be surprised to see Trevor Bauer. I would not be surprised to see that. I think he did a video. Didn't he do something? Oh, yeah, there was some. Okay, so yeah. So there was something that they had talked. I think they were having conversations. How funny would that also be if he went to Toronto? If he went to Toronto after that start that he had a few years back where his thumb was just bleeding profusely and then he ends up signing with Toronto? That'd be hilarious. What was this video?
Honorable mention goes out to the Blue Jays fan base. They've been creative, but low on volume and low on consistency. 2 on volume, 2 on consistency, but I did give them a 9 on creativity for posts like this, an Instagram with the Toronto Blue Jays.
Can you guys hear this?
You should not sign with each of the other 29 teams when you swipe.
Oh, let me see if I can fix this real quick. Oh, you can't hear it. That's why. All right, here we go. So this is what Bauer had to say about the Blue Jays.
Honorable mention goes out to the Blue Jays fan base. They've been creative, but low on volume and low on consistency. 2 on volume, 2 on consistency, but I did give them a 9 on creativity for posts like this, an Instagram thread saying, Trevor Bauer, you should sign with the Toronto Blue Jays. Swipe for a reason why you should not sign with each of the other 29 teams. When you swipe to the left, you see Baltimore Orioles. There's terrible, and then there's Baltimore. I don't think I need to say much more here. That's a very brutal take coming from
Looks
the
all
Blue
right
Jays
in that Blue Jays hat.
to the Orioles. Bird-on-bird crime right there. New York Yankees is also pretty good. Want to grow a beard? Well, Trevor, if you go to New York, you can't. Also, do you really want to deal with that annoying New York media day in and day out? So they're making their pitch there. They also have creative GIFs on Twitter like this one right here, the CN Bauer, the Bauer outage merch, the GIF of the lightning and stuff like that. So highly creative, but an overall score of 13. And it just begs the question, Blue Jays fans, do you still hate me? Am I welcome there?
That's pretty funny. But I don't know. I mean, could you see them go after Trevor Bauer if they bring in Springer? Could you see it? I don't know. I think that Springer is not going to solve all their problems. Oh, here we go. Morosi. Here we go. We got something. Blue Jays are now the front runners to sign George Springer. Who's this? Oh, okay. Thank you. They're giving him credit. That's what I like to see. Radio Vendetta as well. We looked at him earlier. Thank you. That is nice to see that these guys are getting credit. Each have reported tonight that the Jays and Springer have a deal in place pending a physical exam. That's what I like to see. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. Those guys, I mean, I understand, but like if this is true, you don't know until like it actually gets reported, but these guys deserve the credit. You know, like this is kind of this thing in the media world where like, you know, you got to be respectful of the people that reported something first because, hey, you know, it's points. It's points for those guys. So This guy here, he's saying no offense, but there aren't very reliable sources. Again, a lot of people saying not the most reliable sources. But, these guys, I think, they are writers. They do the Jays Nation. This guy, he works with Sportsnet. I don't think they would put this out there. I really don't think they would just put this out there. They're putting themselves on the line. You gotta be kind of ballsy to report something like that, especially when you do this for a living. You gotta really know. You have to know. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Those people in Toronto, they are very nice people over in Toronto. I will say, in the beginning of this channel, in the early stages of this channel last year, I would post my videos on different Reddit pages, on different baseball Reddit pages. A lot of pages were not very welcoming of my videos. Me trying to just get myself out there. Figured, why not? I can go post on different Reddit pages for baseball fans. And little did I know, a lot of baseball Reddit pages did not want my videos on their pages. So I got banned from, I think, the Twins Reddit, which is hilarious. I think I got banned from the Mariners. I think I got banned from the Tigers. But one Reddit page that was always so welcoming to me was the Blue Jays. Was the Blue Jays Reddit page. They were all so nice to me all the time. And the Dodgers fans too. Dodgers fans were also very nice. Did we get another tweet from Morosi I'm seeing in the chat? The Blue Jays gained momentum in their pursuit of Springer earlier today, as John Heyman reported, and one source indicated to me tonight that Springer could finalize his plans in the next 24 hours. I'm telling you, everyone, it's looking like Springer is going to be a Blue Jay. It's looking like it. I was dead set on him being a Met, but you know what? I think with the Mets, what they're trying to do, I think they got Lindor. They've signed some, lower tier free agents, which is kind of... In the beginning of the offseason, I did see the Mets doing something like that, maybe going after guys like James McCann, going after like a Jackie Bradley Jr. instead of like Springer and Real Muto. A lot of people, when they saw Steve Cohen was going to be the guy for the Mets, everyone was saying, oh, okay, now they're going to go spend some money. They thought, okay, they're going to go get Bauer, they're going to go get Real Muto, they're going to go get Springer, they're going to spend like $600 million on these guys or whatever it was. But now, going back to the offseason, my thought with the Mets was Steve Cohen. He is one of the richest people in the world simply because he makes money, and he's not just rich because he's made money. He's made money with smart transactions. He's invested in things that are that were smart moves. So I think with him, he's thinking, nah, we can't just go out there and just spend like all our money on these guys. We got to make smart purchases. We got to go after James McCann, which I did predict the Mets would do. I predicted the Mets would go after Jackie Bradley Jr. I predicted George Springer, probably one of the worst predictions that I made. I'm not very good at predictions anyway, but I predicted Springer to go to the Tigers. That was terrible. Because they got AJ Hinch there now. I thought maybe the Tigers, all right, let's get back into this thing. Let's go get Springer. That'd be cool. That was a terrible prediction. But for the Mets, they're making a lot of good, solid moves, but they're not blowing out their payroll. They're getting pretty high in payroll right now, but I think they want to keep that flexibility, especially for next year. You're going to have some free agents next year too. So I don't think they want to get locked up in these contracts. So I think they were okay with the McCann. They traded for Lindor. They're probably going to get him signed to an extension at some point. I think, with the Mets, I think that they don't want to get tied down to these big contracts. And so they want to make smart purchases. It's going to be interesting to see how this organization goes forward. They just hired Jared Porter, and now he's gone. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do there. But it makes sense to me that the Blue Jays would be the front runner now. I was pretty dead set on Springer going to the Mets just because he has those connections with he lives close to New York. His wife grew up in New York. I figured those things would be, the things that got Springer there, and the fact that the Mets are going to be a pretty good team. So, but this is not surprising to me now to see that the Blue Jays are really gaining momentum. Griminator, his bat's not horrendous. He's just very streaky. That's the one thing with Jackie Bradley Jr. He'll go on these crazy hot streaks. Being a Red Sox fan, Bradley Jr., when he's hot, he's hot. He's kind of like Gary Sanchez in a way. But that glove, that was the one thing that made Bradley just so digestible, was because he was so good with the glove in center field. You could count on him in center field, even if he was batting cold, even if he was hot, that was a plus. But the glove with Bradley was the saving grace for him. Without that glove, he probably, I don't know how long he would have ended up staying in Boston. So, but yeah, but here we go, everyone. It's looking like the Blue Jays are going to be the team to get George Springer. So Stanzo's so funny. Go give Stanzo a follow. He's really funny. Everyone on this app can just be like, yeah, I heard Springer to the Jays too, with absolutely no repercussions. But hey, that's looking like it's pretty true. Anything new? I'm sure the JBJ talks are going to intensify. Yeah, I agree, Steven. I agree. I think you're going to hear Jackie Bradley to the Mets. And that was my original prediction. I predicted Jackie Bradley to the Mets. I did update it. I did switch it. But I think Jackie Bradley, I originally did predict him to the Mets. So I think he could be a Met. Yeah, I mean, this makes a lot of sense for Evan. I hope the Blue Jays get Springer. Mets will have flexibility to fill multiple spots, and I'm skeptical they'd be able to pay Conforto next winter. So, yeah, that's another thing to consider, too. Red Sox stats tweeting out. Red Sox stats: Springer, Biggio, Bichette, Vlad, Gurriel, Hernandez, Tellez, Kirk, Austin Martin, and Groshans in the next few years. Oof. That could be pretty nasty. The Blue Jays have a really good future. So, oh, man. Chris Cotillo, Toronto looking closer to landing Springer after signing Kirby Yates. The AL East is going to be an uphill battle for the Red Sox. Yeah, it's going to be an uphill battle. Absolutely. Red Sox aren't doing anything this year. But with Chaim Bloom not spending more than $5 million on a player this offseason, means the Mets aren't getting him, which means they're probably going to go hard after Jackie Bradley. Yep. My original prediction was Bradley to the Mets. That was my original prediction. I know I updated it. I changed it. I thought Bradley from the get-go would be a Met because I thought the defense, they really needed to upgrade that. But they don't have to go after a Bradley unless they just want to stick with the outfield that they have. They don't necessarily have to go with Bradley. You could still have Nimmo out there. He's not a good defensive center fielder unless they work with him. He's still pretty young. You could just stick with Nimmo out in center field. So, Larry, how did I grow my channel? Consistency, man. Using tags, using the tags well, good titles, thumbnails that can kind of catch your eye a little bit, using those white outlines, making them nice and colorful. That's helped me so far. But getting out there too, posting on other people's channels, it's slow and it takes time. I'm not even at 5,000 yet. So it takes a lot of patience. It takes time. So anyone looking to start a channel, just know it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. You got to focus on quality over quantity. So I still have a long way to go when it comes to quality as well. I could improve in a lot of things. So, holy Bleacher Report bomb? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Not seeing anything. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. So this is what we've been reporting. So Blue Jays have deal in place. So Bleacher Report's now on it. These two guys, if this is true, we saw these tweets from the beginning, from when we first started the stream. So this guy tweeted out over an hour ago. We saw this when he first tweeted it. And this has, this is the tweet here. Good for him, man. And he tweeted it from a barber chair. So he knows someone in that organization. But all the reports are coming back to these guys. And right now, I think this is looking pretty good. Oh, okay. Aiden. Joey Vendetta is a trusted source. I've met him many times. Very nice guy. I'm from Toronto. He said John Tavares is signing with the Leafs before it happened. Oh, look at that. So everyone, I think Aiden here. Aiden has met the man. Says he's a nice guy. I think you can believe this, everyone. I think this is true. I think I think he's gonna be a Blue Jay. Tyler Milliken, just saying this now since I know it's coming. If you are a Red Sox fan about to clown Chaim Bloom for not signing or going after Springer, you're lost. It never made sense. In MLB The Show, Springer made sense, but in real life, Springer could be a fit for the Red Sox, but financially, no. It didn't make sense. Dude, SpongeBob memes are the best, man. Sandy, if you don't wake up right now. Sandy, wake up. Go get Springer. Oh, my God. If you are a Red Sox fan, go follow Red. He's really funny, Surviving Grady. If you're a Red Sox fan, go follow him. He posts some funny stuff, man. Posts funny stuff, dude. Red's funny. George Springer watch. Where are we at? Here we go. George Springer. How we doing? All right. Anything else? I think this is pretty official, everyone. I'm just saying. I mean, Heyman's in on it now. Morosi's in on it now. The Iron Sheik was in on it. I mean, when the Iron Sheik is tweeting about it, you know that it's a done deal. It's a done deal. This is funny too. God, Twitter's so funny sometimes. I like Twitter, man. Twitter can be a pain in the butt a lot, but I try to look for the funny stuff on Twitter. All the serious stuff that you see on Twitter, that stuff, it's like, forget that stuff. This stuff, man, this is funny. Frank, the Mets are not getting Springer. I'm going to tell you that right now. I mean, I agree. Win 2008 workstation. Mets got a very good team. They got a very good team. The Mets are still very good. Even if they don't get Springer, they're good. Yeah, Jesse Burns. Twitter is the worst. You just have to, just ignore the stuff that you don't like on Twitter, mute the heck out of stuff, and just only follow the people that are positive on Twitter. There's a lot of negativity on Twitter. You just got to follow the positive stuff. So, here we go. We do got the link up. Thank you, everyone. We got 6 likes on that. And it's not that ton of, not a lot of likes, but hey, for me, my Twitter's pretty small at the moment, so 6 likes. I'm pretty happy about that. Anything else on George Springer? I might get out of here, everyone. It's starting to get close to bedtime. Not really seeing anything. I think this is going to be a done deal. And if it is a done deal, I'll go live tomorrow night. I mean, we got 250 people in here. I'm kind of not wanting to get out of here. That's a lot of people. We have gained about 30 subscribers in this stream. About 30 subscribers. So thank you, everyone. Again, if you are here, everyone, hit that subscribe button for me. Hit that like button for me. Go follow me on Twitter. We're trying to get to 5K by opening day. We got 246 people in here right now. We just had 7 of them left, but we still got 239 people. So everyone, if you are looking for more baseball news, more baseball content, hit me a subscribe. Hit that like button. But George Springer, where are we at? Nah, I don't know. I think anything else, everyone. I don't think. Thank you for that, Tino. Thank you. Still getting some likes on this tweet. I can't believe that tweet ended up happening. Freaking Corey Kluber, I swear. But I don't know, everyone. I don't know if we're going to get any more on this tonight. We got a big crowd in here right now. It's awesome that you guys are all here. But again, I think with the Blue Jays, if this is true, Blue Jays, they still need starting pitching. I think they could use another arm in that bullpen as well. I don't know. Could Trevor Bauer go to the Blue Jays? Trevor Bauer, he has said one thing that he wants to do is win. Guys, can I present this? Can I present this to you? Here's where maybe I'm gonna give you something here to chew on. I'm gonna give you something here. Trevor Bauer, could he maybe want to go to the Blue Jays? Maybe this one reason could be in his head right now. Do you think maybe Trevor Bauer could be possibly thinking of going to the Blue Jays now that Springer's probably going there? But do you think one reason he could maybe want to go there is so he could go face the Yankees and Garrett Cole 19 times in the season? I'm just saying, Trevor Bauer, I think he's looking at that and be like, well, maybe I can go to the Blue Jays. I can go toe-to-toe with Garrett Cole. Oh, you would love that. You would love that pitching matchup. You would love it. If you saw Game 1 in the playoffs, let's say the Blue Jays and the Yankees made it to the ALCS. Game 1, Garrett Cole versus Trevor Bauer. Come on, everyone. Tell me you wouldn't like that. That's blockbuster right there. You know you would like that, man. I know, Michael. I'm just saying. But come on. You know he maybe still hangs on to those UCLA days just a little bit. You know he probably hangs on to it just a little bit. You know he would at least he would find that deep down. And he would think, all right, Trevor Bauer versus Garrett Cole, I'm taking Garrett Cole down. I'm just saying. But then the pitching matchup in itself would be fun. That'd be a fun matchup. So, yes, thank you, 1v1 Gamer. I think that's pretty fun, too. That's what I want. Can we make pitching matchups fun again? Can we do that? Give me Garrett Cole versus Trevor Bauer. Give me that. That would be awesome. Those guys going toe-to-toe in the playoffs, going 7 strong innings, pitching duel. Come on. Tyshawn, I think they do have the money, my friend. I think they do got the money. I agree, Win. I don't think Bauer is I think he's a little overrated, in my opinion, but I still think Bauer is really solid. So, I'm just saying. CFMC does not want 19 losses. The Mets have countered. It's not over. I don't know. I wonder if the Mets are going to blow through that luxury tax. I mean, if the Mets right now, I think they're $31 million away from the luxury tax line. If you bring in Springer for what, 25, and then you only got $6 million to play with, so I don't know. I kind of want Trevor Bauer to go to the Blue Jays now. I want Trevor Bauer versus Garrett Cole. The two guys from UCLA that went top 3 in the draft. They went top 3 in the draft, right? That was the 2010 draft? That was 2010, right? No, that was 2011? Yeah, dude. Come on. Give me this. Garrett Cole and Trevor Bauer. I want that. Trevor Bauer, go to the Blue Jays. Come on. Just do it. Forget the Angels. Go to the Blue Jays. That would be fun, man. That'd be fun. Make pitching matchups fun again. All right, here we go. Back to Twitter. Let's see if there's anything else. The Blue Jays are in a great position. Hey, Pro Baseball Radar, he's a follower of the channel. The Blue Jays are in a great position when it comes to future financial flexibility. They'll see 37. That's another really good fact. Pro Baseball Radar, if you are here right now, that's another very good fact. They'll see $37 million coming off the books with Roark, Ray, Yates as well, Yamaguchi, Chatwood, and then Tulo. They can buy him out. I mean, you know, I think the Blue Jays, they could go after a Bauer. I'm gonna comment that. I wonder if they go after Bauer too. I'm just saying, everyone. I'd be stoked. That would be awesome. Garrett Cole, Trevor Bauer, going toe to toe. I would love that. Not really seeing anything else, everyone. Not seeing anything else. I'll do one quick search. I mean, it's looking like it's pretty official. I mean, obviously it's not official, but it's looking like it's getting that way. Again, John Heyman was the last one to really be kind of tweeting about this. Again, this was the main source 2 hours ago. Brendan Kuhn tweeting about this. John Heyman, John Morosi. Morosi saying they're the front runners. Unless the Mets come in last second, I think this is the Blue Jays to win. Who is this? Sherman? Oh yeah, Joel Sherman. I always forget about him. 1 minute ago, sources confirms. Oh my goodness, typo. So he was typing fast for this one. Source confirms multiple reports. Blue Jays are closing in on Springer. It's looking like it. Also, another thing too, with the Mets, it's looking like right now that there's going to be no replacement for Jared Porter. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be Sandy Alderson's job. So, just saying. Blue Jays are closing in. The GOAT, CJ2K. I love Iron Sheik too, my friend. Yeah, Pro Baseball Radar, man. This guy's got some good stuff. He sent me a spreadsheet a while back of like his free agents and everything and like best possible fits. If he comes to the Jays, he will play for a country and he can grow his brand. Dude, honestly, Trevor Bauer, go to the Blue Jays. I mean, I don't know. I think honestly, right now that I'm thinking about it, I think right now it's gonna come down to the Angels and the Blue Jays. I think they're gonna go after him. The Blue Jays have been so aggressive this offseason. So aggressive. But this is looking like it, everyone. This is looking like it. I'm just saying, everyone. It's looking like Springer looking like he's going to be a Blue Jay. Looking like he's going to be a Blue Jay. Tailgate Talk. He's tweeting it out too. MLB Network. The MLB Network has not actually tweeted. I don't know, everyone. George Springer. This is going to be huge for their lineup. Huge for their lineup. Lineup did very good last year. Take one last look before I get out of here. It's almost time for bed, everyone. I got to work in the morning, unfortunately. But the Blue Jays, they really need pitching. But this is only going to help. I mean, that lineup, they ranked 11th in offense in the majors last year. I mean, only adding Springer is going to make them better. They ranked in the bottom half of defense last year, so he's going to make them better defensively out there. Grichuk was not very good defensively last year. So Springer in center field, that's going to be a big upgrade for them. But they need pitching. The Blue Jays are not a done product. They need pitching. If they could go get someone like a Sonny Gray, Luis Castillo, maybe a Jake Odorizzi. If they could get someone if they could go get a top guy to go with Hyun-Jin Ryu, I think Hyun-Jin Ryu is more like a number 2. I don't think Hyun-Jin Ryu is an ace. I think you got to get a guy. I mean, I think Bauer is a little overrated, but with the Blue Jays, what other options do you have? I think if you're the Blue Jays right now, you're in this American League that's wide open. You got the Yankees, you got the White Sox. The Rays took a step back. They should still be competitive like they always are. You know, you got some other teams in there, but I don't think my Red Sox are going to do anything. I mean, you got the Twins are still very quiet. I think the Indians are still going to be competitive somehow. But then you got the West. What are the Athletics going to do? The Astros. I think the Astros could still be pretty decent even without Springer. But that American League, my point is that it's wide open. So it's wide open. But I think for the Blue Jays, you got to go get a starting pitcher. This rotation is not going to do it. This rotation's not going to do it. So they need someone else. But everyone, I think I'm going to get out of here, everyone. I'm very tired. I think we have pretty much everything right now that we need to know. That Springer is most likely going to be a Blue Jay. I think that's going to be the I think that's looking like it's going to happen. So everyone, I'm getting tired, everyone. I'm not going to lie. I've been up since early this morning. I'm tired, man. I got to get to work in the morning. But everyone, thank you for coming out tonight. If anything else happens tomorrow, I'm sure this is probably going to become official tomorrow. I'll talk about this on tomorrow night's stream. So I know, Travis, it's probably going to happen, my friend, but I just feel like I'm just rambling right now. There's nothing else really to say. I don't think it's going to become official until maybe late tonight. If it does become official, he still has to take his physical. So, I mean, is he taking a physical tonight? I mean, I don't know. So tomorrow that'll probably happen, I'm guessing. At least a report tomorrow that it will become official, that they have an agreement in place. So, I mean, it seems like that's pretty official right now. So, I know it's probably going to happen as soon as I end the stream. Watch, and that's going to be hilarious. But everyone, that's all I got for tonight. Thanks for coming out tonight, and I'll be back here tomorrow night, and I'll talk to you next time.